two, one. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
All right, guys. So I have Chandresh from Matic, Chief Marketing. How's it going, buddy?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mike, for inviting me for the interview. Yeah, and everything is going good. Everything in India is also, on good side. We are under lockdown, so the complete team is working from home. So yeah, tough situation for the complete world, no doubt. But yeah, things are going well on the Matic front.
Perfect. Yeah, with all the COVID-19, so everything is well over
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, so I mean, see, in all around we have, 15, 16,000 cases who have tested positive and around 600 people deceased. But considering the population and how dense the population is in
Yeah.
India, yeah, I feel that Indian government has done a great job. And recently, after 14th May, they took decision of extending the lockdown till 3rd of May. So I'm not sure if you have seen the videos where people are being, beaten up by cops and everything. So yeah, our government is very strict about this lockdown, and now it's really great to see how the complete Indian community is also supporting. And I would say this lockdown is a really successful thing going on in India, and seems like the cases are also under control. Yeah.
Perfect. All right, let's get down to the questions. I hope you're ready for this. So everybody, of course, wants to know about when we talk about Matic, Coinbase and
Mhm.
Binance.
Mhm.
So let's just get that. Let's get that out of the way. So just to be clear, we're not going to talk about the staking or the listing, type of questions. We can't talk about that.
Mhm.
But just to be clear, on the ownership side, or if Coinbase or Binance has some stake in Matic or ownership in Matic, just so that we can, have some clarification on that.
Mhm. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, obviously this information is clearly out in the industry, so nothing new I am sharing. But yeah, Coinbase and Binance, both both are part of our you can say stakeholders in some or the other way. Like Coinbase is a seed investor, and obviously we did IO on Binance. So yeah, both of the companies are invested, and we are working very close. I mean, you can see a lot of activities we are doing with Binance. There are many more very exciting things coming up with Binance in future, which I can't disclose at the moment, obviously.
Nice.
And on the Coinbase front also, yeah, I mean, you have already seen whatever news we have, which came out in open. So considering those things, I mean, it is no rocket science. I mean, this information is already out. So yeah, they are a part of our system.
Yeah. It's one thing to get it from, I guess like the internet and research, but we have an expression over here just to get it from the horse's mouth, just to get clarification, since you are representing and you have great information about Matic, just to get clear understanding who has ownership, who has, and piggybacking off that question, um, Coinbase, investing in Matic, Binance investing in Matic, that's very impressive, right? Not too many cryptos can say that. It's like from the east to the west, very big exchanges, and you guys have that. My
Mhm.
question to you is, how did that come to pass? How did that happen for Matic?
So yeah, I mean, just like around in May 2018, that was the time when our team started working very extensively, and that was the very initial period of time. So yeah, I mean, no doubt, lot of struggle we have gone through, lot of VCs we have spoken to, and there is a lot of hard work which is put in by our main three co-founders. I would say, like JD and Sandeep and Anurag. So from the early stage, I would say they have taken a lot of effort deciding on what exactly we want to do. And I mean, you might already be aware that JD was a part of Plasma Group, and that was something, from where he took up on this uh, whole idea. So yeah, I mean, it was a lot of struggle in early days, no doubt in that. But yeah, I mean, Binance IO, which we have applied for that, and there was a very stringent process, I would say, which every company has to go through. They have one of the most strict process for evaluating projects which are applying for being becoming a Binance IO project. So yeah, we have gone through the similar process, just like every project has gone through, and it was a lot of work, but it was for the betterment of our project only, like making those reports which are not easy, putting up day and night. So at that time, the team which was there has put in a lot of effort. So yeah, I mean, I would say it was not easy, but all those efforts are obviously worth it. And we were also, not to discount the hard work and everything, but yeah, we were lucky enough to be in the Binance IO.
Nice, nice. All right, so let's shift to India. Um,
Mm-hmm.
what is the game plan for Matic to partner up with, let's say, the Indian government?
Mm-hmm. So see, I mean, Indian government, as far as I can say that there are different things in progress, but obviously, I won't be able to disclose any of the information on Indian government front, what exactly we are trying. But just to give a hint, like there are some very big Indian giants in different fields, which we are sort of evaluating what are the synergies, and there are something exciting coming up on different fronts. So but if I have to talk about on the overall Indian ecosystem, so I mean, everyone know the recent news which came out in March 2020
Yes.
on the crypto regulation part. So that was a real booster, to be honest. We are seeing that lot of interest is coming out of India and Indian ecosystem, not only in the crypto space, but if I talk about specifically the blockchain space, we are seeing that a lot of developers are getting interested. And if you look at the work which we have done over the period of time, then we have done around 75 plus hackathons in India only. So that is one of the very big booster, where we are trying to develop the complete blockchain ecosystem in India, and we are obviously getting benefits also out of it. Like good number of dApps are there. Like Incento is one of the dApp which came out of this sort of initiatives of ours in India. So because of this also, I feel like there are good percentage of like 85 to 90 percentage of dApps which are coming out of India are building on Matic. So Matic's future look very bright in India, and we sort of in a way own the complete blockchain ecosystem of India. And I mean, a lot of friends I talk to, so whenever they talk to someone, they obviously represent that Matic is. I mean, everyone takes proud to name Matic as one of the Indian projects. So that is a really great part for us, to be honest. And I would say we are lucky enough to be incubated out of India, because personally what I see that there is huge developer potential in the blockchain ecosystem, which is to be unlocked in coming future in India.
Nice, nice. All right, so just a follow-up question. Can you give me like an educated guess? And I guess you kind of touched upon it, but just to get more a clear understanding, how big Matic will be in India, and how many individuals in India would you believe will be holding or possessing Matic tokens?
Holding and what holding and
Matic tokens, like having possession of Matic tokens, like what,
so.
like your best guess.
Mhm. Yes, so I obviously, I mean, like you are asking me to guess, I don't have the exact number, but what recently, I mean, we have been discussing working with few exchanges. So the guess you can say that around 80 to 90% of the traders which are coming out of India are some or the other way, related to Matic tokens. Either they have traded it someday or they are sort of holding it. So it is a very big number. I am also not sure how true is the information, but this is the information which we wanted to retrieve the data some time back. Like last 2 months. So we sort of took help from few of our friends. So this number looks very huge. But if this number is true, then we are very privileged that Indian people are showing this much trust in us. And if you look at our Telegram community, our Twitter community, you will really see that a lot of Indian, not only Indian, there are many people coming out of different part of geographies talking about Matic. But I personally see that a lot of Indians are very much interested in Matic, and lot of tweets coming from Indian guys also. So this is really cool to see, and we feel proud that these people take pride in what we are doing. So yeah, great feeling we have.
Nice. All right. Um, so I mean, and I know that CZ from Binance is really going after, we're still in India, the topic of India, but putting great effort in targeting India, trying to do like an India crypto takeover. How will the Matic team be assisting Binance in that regard?
So yes, see, our support is always with Binance team, no doubt in that. Like recently, when ETH India happened, we arranged one dev launch. It was more like where developers can come, chill, have some beer, and talk to each other. So more like of a networking event in ETH India itself we did. So at that time also, we collaborated with Binance. There are multiple hackathons which we have been doing in India, and whenever we feel like okay, we can, if Binance team needs any help or in any way, we can support each other. So obviously we are supporting them in that way. And not only that, like I would touch upon the topic like the drop which happened on 10th of December, and when everyone came out and told that okay, team is transferring token or something like that. At that time also, CV came on Twitter and said that okay, team has nothing to do with it. So it feels really good that this kind of people are helping us. And I heard him telling about Matic in one of the Vietnam event also, that Matic team is doing a great job. They are building continuously. So it always, we are very proud, and we are very good friends with the WazirEx team also, which recently got acquired by Binance. So yeah, I mean there are a lot of synergies possible, and we are helping Binance team in every way. I would say, I mean we are very closely connected, you can say.
And now touching on that, WazirEx
Yeah.
exchange, which is, um, I guess you can say it's not part of Binance, but they're really close.
Yeah.
How are you guys with WazirEx?
Yeah, so I mean, see, initial, so see, Indian ecosystem is not very big, to be honest. So, like, we keep on meeting. So, any event we go to, be it in Bangalore, be it in Mumbai or anywhere, any good event which is happening in India. So, obviously, WazirEx and Matic, you can say, are the two most talked about projects in India at the moment. So, I mean,
Okay.
we are invited together in every events, like, due to COVID-19, the physical events are not happening, but obviously a lot of things are going on webinar or something. So we are invited with them many a times together. And yeah, I mean Sandeep and Nishchal are good friends. And yeah, I mean
Good.
lot of we keep on talking on different things. So yeah, a lot of things are going on with them also.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So this is going to come out. This is a little different. I'm going to ask you a question about VeChain.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to ask it like this. I know that you're quite familiar with some of the, I guess, the cryptos that are part of like
Mm-hmm.
VeChain. the umbrella like OceanEX. I believe you know
Mm-hmm.
Richie and
Mm-hmm.
Steri from
Mm-hmm.
OceanEX. I know that you know Planchain. You know, we had a discussion about that. But the
Mm-hmm.
Vechain question, I wanted your opinion because you are, you know, a crypto project head. That's what we like to call. Um, so you know the difficulties of getting partnerships, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll ask the VeChain question like this. What comes to your mind um, when a crypto, you know, can be partnered with names such as, you know, like a DNVGL, a PwC, a Deloitte, a
Mm-hmm.
Walmart China national level
Mm-hmm.
partnership, China Unicom, Keenan Nagel, BYD, BMW Group, DHL Asia, and the list goes on, and there'll be more names. Um, what comes to your mind? Do you believe that, or do you like, is that impress you, or is that not like a big deal? You know, what is that? How does that resonate with you?
Yeah, so obviously, yeah, I would say this is really impressive. Will not take any, any credit out of the team if they are doing a good job, no doubt in that. And these names are, really cool. We are working with different enterprises. We are trying to work and deriving synergies with a lot of teams. So we know how much work you need to put in to get something like that. So yeah, no doubt in that they are doing a good job. I am not following VeChain very closely, but yeah, like the names you have mentioned, I used to follow them. Yeah, but the names I mentioned, and I keep on seeing things about VeChain on Twitter. So yeah, they have got a good community like Matic. So yeah, they are
Yeah.
also doing good job. Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. It's, you know, because you get a lot of people that don't believe it, just, you know, just coming across just to get your opinion on there, because you would know out of, you know, out of most, it's difficult to get these partnerships. So some would say maybe these partnerships are not, you know, real or serious
Mhm.
because of the names. So it's just good to get your feedback
Mhm.
on that.
Yeah, so I am not sure what exactly they are doing with this company, but yeah, obviously names are important, but at the same time, it is also important what exactly they are doing, what sort of integration, which they are doing with these teams. So like in Matic, we have this thing that until unless we figure out a possible integration and possible synergy with any team, we doesn't move forward. So like I mentioned, I am not following them very closely, so I may not be the right person to comment exactly on this front, but yeah, if the partnerships are on the integration level, then obviously this is very impressive. And we have something very exciting coming up on the similar front from
Nice.
Matic side also. Yeah, so this is also going to be exciting for everyone. Like our mainnet is planned, so after mainnet, lot of exciting things community can expect from us.
Okay, so talking about mainnet, that's the next thing I want to talk about. This is where I want you to really expand and take as
Mhm.
much time as you can,
Yeah.
talking about the Matic mainnet and
Mhm.
Matic staking and all that. So if you can take as much time so that we can get a clear understanding about what's
Mhm.
going on, you know, the pushback of the mainnet, you know, of course, of what's going on globally, but
Mhm.
just so that everyone can have a clear understanding, take as much time as you want on this,
Mhm.
because I think this is a really, really important subject.
Yeah, sorry. So yeah, basically, coming to that part. So currently we are into our incentivized testnet phase. So what exactly is incentivized testnet phase? So we named it like counter stake. You can understand it. Where the sort of most of the part of the coding and everything is done. You are making your network live on the testnet, and actual validators coming and participating and running the network. So that is what the incentivized testnet phase is. So we divided this counter stake into three stages, which is stage 0, stage 1, stage 2.
Okay.
So stage zero is more about, where we are guiding validators how to how to set up a node, how to set up node, what are the difficulties, and at the same time we are also checking the network again and again if there is any instability or something. So that was about stage zero. So stage zero we completed long back. Now we have moved to stage one. Stage one is about, where validators can actually come. They can, they can actually stake their tokens, and they actually, the actual transactions are happening on chain, and these validators are actually getting rewards also out of staking. And like, we initially we are planning to keep upper cap of 100 validators. So if like, when we rolled out the form, we received around interest of 500 different validators to run a node in our incentivized testnet phase. So if, let's say, we already have 100 validators, some new validator wants to come in. So there are different parameters like, how was your performance, what is your uptime, and how much stake you have. Based on that, you can replace a validator. So that replacement strategy also come under stage one. So stage one is all about, testing the network whether it is working properly or not. So we are currently in stage one. We have recently launched our CS 2006, which is counter stake sixth version, I would say. And we have come to this stage after doing a lot of modifications. So let's say, if we are figuring out any small bug also, then all the validators need to, update things at their end. So what we realized over the period of time during stage one, that due to this pandemic which has hit the complete world very badly, we are sort of, slightly dependent on validators to, whenever any changes are happening, they need to update, and then, they need to start again. So in that way, due to this pandemic also hitting us badly, sort of, we saw that we are seeing some sort of delay or the slowness in that, in that particular area. So because of that, we have taken this call that, we want our network to be tested thoroughly. We don't want to, deliver something half cooked and go into the market just as we had the timeline. And obviously the situation is so bad that you cannot even push anyone to, put in extra hard work, because there were validators who were actually facing some real problems in their lives. So, considering all that thing, we sort of took more time, and we are not the team who pushed it by, let's say, 1 year. A lot of teams do that. So, we have taken a very small time where we want to be sure. So, coming back onto the mainnet part, like, so we are in stage one currently. So once we test the network thoroughly, okay, everything is working fine, then we will move to stage two. So stage two is more about breaking the network. So, where validators will come and they will try to do attacks differently, and, they will try to break the chain. They will try to, somehow come up with some bugs in the code. So it will be the extensive testing where the validators will try to break the network. So that phase is planned, which is stage two. And once we have thoroughly tested our network and everything is good to go, then, we will go live with our main.
Nice, nice. It's a lot of information, but that's good.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I tried to cover it in short, by the way.
yeah. um, and you touched on the staking, because that's another thing where everybody is. Of course, we already talked about, the Coinbase, Binance, Matic, Mainnet, and staking. That's something you always see on Twitter. They'll say one
Mhm.
Coinbase or the staking or buy. That's always going. People always, talking about that. So I'm glad that you touched on all these things.
Mhm.
From our conversations, and I'm just really curious about this. I know that you guys are big on gaming. Uh,
Mhm.
you know, uh, can you tell us why Matic is so big on gaming? Like, take for example Decentraland, which is building
Mhm.
off your platform, right? They've
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
so
So, see, see, I mean, if you look at the gaming front, then obviously they see what problem we are trying to solve. So when we say we are building a layer 2 solution on Ethereum, we are basically solving two problems. The first one is a scalability problem, where we are coming up with more transactions which you can do, and ultimately these transactions are happening on Ethereum only. It is just we are doing it on a side chain solution, but all these transactions are going live on Ethereum ultimately through our whatever the technology we are implementing. So we are solving the problem of slower transactions. We are solving the problem of higher fees. So when you
Right.
solve these two bigger problems, then it becomes very easier for for multiple use cases, and gaming is one of the bigger one, where you can have multiple games where the transactions has to be faster. 1 second transaction has to be there, and obviously so many transactions happen that ultimately if if you have to pay good amount of fees for single transaction, it becomes very difficult for them. So I mean, when we are trying to touch upon these two problems, then obviously Matic becomes a suitable solution for many different use cases. And gaming is one of the major use cases where the complete blockchain industry, I feel, I am personally very bullish on gaming, to be honest. And I feel that in near future, gaming is the area which will drive the blockchain mass adoption. So
Wow.
considering that the Decentraland name you have mentioned, they are doing a really great job. They had their launch recently and a lot of cool activities happening. But apart from Decentraland, if you name two more good VR, good metaverse projects, like Sandbox is there and Somnium Space is there. So these are also building on Matic. So I mean, you can understand the kind of projects which are building on Matic. And I would say, like on Twitter, I saw that day someone was mentioning Matic as a VR king. The reason is that all the three major projects out of this space are building on Matic. And not only the VR space, in gaming specifically, I would say there are many gaming companies who are working very closely with us, like Light Trail Rush is there, Crypto Warriors is there. So personally, I see that a lot of gaming companies, and they have very cool idea, like Battle Racers is there. So these guys are building some really cool stuff. And we are really glad that we are able to provide the platform which they actually need to make their app live, or make their dream come true. So that personally, I feel that is a very major point where we are helping everyone and touching upon the pain point, so that it can come to life. Yeah.
Nice. Wow. Okay, so guess I know why you guys are big on gaming.
Yeah.
All right, so look, we're closing the interview right now.
Mhm.
I guess whatever topic you want to touch on, whatever you want to talk about, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I mean, mostly, I touched upon every topic. To be honest, like the mainnet point which I wanted to touch upon. To be honest, like people are really expecting things to go around, but I guess I explained it quite in detail, so that the complete audience can, if listen to that question, they will understand what progress is going on mainnet front. And would like to tell our community and your community also that these are tough times, but we understand, we are in a business, and we are fortunate enough that our team can operate remotely. And if you go through our announcements, and if you look at the work we have done after this COVID-19 situation has elevated, so I personally feel that sorry, so I personally feel that we have delivered much more, and we are shipping at much better speed. So this COVID-19 situation has not impacted much. And I mean, we are really glad. If you look at the team expansion which is happening at the moment, and the things we are doing parallelly, So things are really looking good for us, and just looking forward to a successful mainnet launch. That's it from our end.
Nice, nice. And you know what? I just really wanted to touch on this. When I was talking about Vechain, you mentioned that you guys got some important news coming up about some enterprises, right? I'm just
Mhm.
going back on that. Would that be coming this year, or we're talking, next year?
So, I mean, I can't disclose further on this one, to be honest. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, people can figure out what I am talking about. If you are a regular follower of Matic announcements channel and you are following us very closely, you can have some sort of idea what I am talking about. Yeah, but I am expecting things to come this year only.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Awesome. All right, Chandresh, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much for taking your time.
Yeah, thanks a lot for inviting. Bye bye.
All right.